Peace, comrades. Over the last two class sessions, we discussed how America is a failed republic and how her very system, that the bureaucratic system that runs America, projects this failure. And we also discussed how the two political party system here is just an example of two classes of the bourgeoisie fighting for power and control. So now that we understand how the system is used for capitalist interests and how the two very political parties that we vote for, thinking that they are have the interest of the working class, are strictly just two bourgeoisie classes fighting over power and using us to vote them into their control. Um, as a communist, it is important that now we analyze the repercussions of America's fallen empire and how that will affect us and how we should move forward, smelling this new political lapse here in the world. So the first sign that America is falling is the bourgeoisie alliance with a political figure. So, for example, we are talking about Trump and Elon Musk. So throughout this video, I'm going to go through historical examples as it relates to the current presidency with Trump and Elon Musk. So the first example of this alliance is with President Wilson and J.P. Morgan Bank. So when President Wilson passed the Federal Reserve Act, it established a central bank controlled by private capital, by private corporations. Okay, and during World War I, he mobilized state power in order for these different corporations to use it for like propaganda and and different economical reasons. See, now Trump and Elon is currently doing the same thing with mobilizing the state, but at a time when war is just not fought on a battlefield. War is now economical, it is now ideologies, and it is now information. So this is why we have so much unrest amongst these different areas. Okay, Reagan is another example of this, and it's a great example because him and Trump are very parallel. Reagan, just as Trump, Reagan being a former actor, was backed by Hollywood elites and major corporations, and same with Trump. Trump is very well known in Hollywood, had multiple TV shows, and backed by Hollywood elites and corporations. And so Reagan came into presidency around the time of major labor unrest, and a lot of different issues going on in America at the time, such as Trump coming in at the same time. And so Reagan pushed deregulation, union busting, trickle down economics, all of these different things to implement and show the people that he's pushing back for America. Same thing that Trump's doing with all these different tariffs, etc. Okay, comrades, so what this video means is that when capitalism is in a crisis, when the world is changing, and it is changing not in favor of capitalism, as you can see with China, Russia, and these different countries creating a new economic system called BRICS, which excludes the old way in which America dominated the capital. You will begin to see that these different capitalists will align, and at this time, the capitalists needed a president like Trump who would be so stern as to keep in those capitalistic values within America.